All right. I thought I'd pop on just for a few minutes. We'll go walk the downtown area with my wife. But I thought, dun dun dun. Can you see it? Almost. This is my crate for my kayak. So it's just a regular milk crate. But if you've ever subscribed 6 cents, 6 cents always gives you bags. They started it before everybody else. So, I mean, sometimes they give you a bait bag. Sometimes they give you this type of bag. It says 6 cents on it. Sometimes they give you this type of bait bag. And sometimes they give you others. Now, the neat thing about having all these different bags that they give you instead of the same one over and over again, like Monster Bass, is that, and Monster Bass got it from 6 cents, is that they give you a nice variety. They even give you little pouches. I don't know if you see this little string pouch. So, and I've used those on my kayak too. The neat thing is that I can have external pouches on my, hey buddy, I can have external pouches on my my crate. So this is just an extra pouch for a bunch of other stuff. I usually put power bars in there. This one right here is my camera stuff. This is a waterproof bag. So this one I put all my camera gear in it. Hey buddy. John. And then this one, I actually put my first aid kit, which I used recently. This is my little first aid kit. And I had cut my leg up pretty good on a friend's boat. Blood all over his boat, poor guy. Hey, you guys. So, but that's a nice thing about just attaching with what do you call it, zip ties on the outside of your crate, so you have more room and you sort of know where things are. What I wanted to do was this today. I have an anchor, and I always have a problem where I'm going to put my anchor. And I don't want it to drag in the water and stuff like that. So, and since I'm in a kayak, what I did is I made a hook with this bar, the little iron that you can buy, and I just hooked it, and then I zip tied it to it. So now I just hook my anchor on this. So now I got a spot to put my anchor on my crate. Something else I wanted to do too. Okay, so I wanted a camera stand for it. So this right here is this is my camera. So this is basically a selfie stick. So I could put my camera on there. And whenever it was in there, I always had a hard time staying forward. So I bought a fishing rod recently, and they gave me this little spongy thingy in order to hold it in the tube square. So all I do is I put it around this, and I shove it in there. And that will hold this nice and, so it doesn't twist. So it's just a little spongy thingy. And so everything else in here is pretty straightforward. All my tackle. So you see all my tackle. I have to label them, but I actually know where they are by feel. So like this one, this is my terminal tackle. This one's my bass box, and so it has tabs, so I can kind of reach behind me and grab it. This is also a bass box. So I added something on that. And then, of course, I've got my sunscreen and my bug spray. Very important to have sunscreen and bug spray this time of year because it's going to be like 80, 90 degrees out this week. But what I did do, my plastics box, little itty bitty one. You guys know, I like Ned rigs. So what I did do, just to get me ready for tomorrow, which I'm going to go fishing tomorrow. I can fit one kayak on my other car, as long as I don't ruin that car. What I did is I set up some Neds. So this is a Ned with a creature bait. So that's really neat. Well, let's see. And then some of my favorite Ned colors, blue, red with pumpkin, green pumpkin. This is BFO Fire. It's probably my favorite overall. And then, of course, I've got my rabbit hair ones. So, and anyway, so I've got these set up for tomorrow. So these are actually really good. Oh, I added this one too. See this one? So there's a little, I think this will work pretty good. I'm going to put some scent down it because it's hollow right here. So I'm going to put some scent down there and really make it garlicky because they like garlic. This is a garlic one, and this works really, really good. This is BFO Baits, and this is his BFO Fire. You saw this in the fish tank in one of my latest videos, so kind of cool. So, and then, of course, these are drop shot type of things in here, which I actually, it's out in the garage. What I do is that I will take a Ned and I will put a drop shot above it. And so, so I've got two hooks. And if the bass is going to go for my drop shot, it's going to grab that. If it's going to go for my Ned, it's going to go for that. If it goes for both, I get two fish, which is, okay by me. Twice the fight. So, but I like, doubling up, creating a sort of a drop shot above your Ned is kind of cool. And it's two ways of fishing, and you really don't know what they're going to go hit for. So they just added 4,600 more trout to my lake. So, oh my gosh, it's going to be, I'm going to catch trout, whether I want to catch them or not tomorrow. And the plan, of course, is to go out with my son on Friday because I bought a rack for my car. So, see, here's another Ned. You saw this one in the tank, actually, in the latest video, in my Ned rig tank. This one swims beautifully. And see, I said I cut the head off, and I did. I cut the head off because it was a long bait, and I just wanted the tendrils to move. And when you see it in the tank swimming, this thing looked fantastic. So I really have high hopes. Blue and black work really good in our area in the lakes. So, these two, kind of expect these two to do really, really well. In fact, catch bass for sure. I'll catch bass. I'll get my boy to catch some bass too. So he'll catch trout because trout are going to bite these. Trout will bite anything right now. Trout do love Ned rigs, and a big enough trout will grab this thing. It's amazing to watch the little guys try to get it because the water's so clear. It's 15 feet clarity right now. So I can put it down on the bottom, and I'm just watching them come at it and trying to get it, the little guys. So, but yeah, this is a sampling of my plastics. Obviously I've got, my bait bag here, and that works really, really, really well, but I like to have some to go when I'm out fishing. So, and then if my son, I can just give him this box and just use these, and he'll catch fish. So that's another nice thing about it. But I needed to add an anchor hold hook on my crate, and that's pretty much what I cleaned my kayak today too. Yeah, boy, did it need cleaning. And then I inspected it just to make sure it wasn't seriously damaged in the accident on Friday because it was in the truck. But it was tied down, but it had moved and shifted. And so I wanted to make sure it survived the crash well, and no holes, nothing. One scrape and some abrasions on it from the tie-down straps. But I would have really been bummed if I lost my kayak. Really been bummed. So I'm that accident was really bad. If I could have easily flipped over. I mean, I had lost an entire wheel assembly. I mean, it had flown off the car. And if I would have hit, if I was going faster, because it was only a 25-mile-an-hour zone, but he was coming, so we hit head on. So it's like 50-mile-an-hour hit. But if I would have gone faster, I could have easily flipped. the way my truck looked like. So we were fortunate. We were fortunate. Did not expect that. But I bought a kayak rack for my car, so we can put the two kayaks on my other car, my last car. I'm running out of cars. My daughter's got a car, but that's a different story. This is I've told you guys about this one. This is my magic bait. I fish this. This is just a tiny little mini crank, tiny, size of my thumb. This little brown trout-looking mini crank, you work extremely slow, but I used it also in another reservoir, and this thing just gets hits. I don't know what. I bought 3 of these because fish love this. I have no idea why, but it's just a magic. I mean, it's not just bass. I've been catching small and largemouth bass on it, but I've caught trout on it, and I've caught large crappie on it. So I did try these bladed baits. These are metal bladed baits at Lake of the Woods last time. And this blue one, this blue-green turquoise, this thing was the best color out there. And it hooked a huge trout. It was a mammoth. And so I'm very excited about, what these things can do. But these things sink. I mean, they're basically lipless cranks. And you just pull these things through, and because they're a blade, they wiggle like this. And they really do a really good job. So here in cold water, they work really, really well, although we don't have cold water right now. So, and then I tried, the shiny ones, the reflective ones, these, and they didn't do as well. Don't know why. Trout should have been all over those. So, but anyway, that is that. I hear somebody coming down. That means my time is up. But anyway, thanks for joining, guys. I really do. I do appreciate it. And I've got a nice hook on my crate. Rearranged a few things. Used some of the free stuff I got from 6 Cents, which, by the way, 6 Cents is really the best subscription box money can buy. I mean, for hard baits anyway, and for bass. You can't do better than them. They're the best hard bait on the market by far. And we'll see you guys later. Anyway, I got a confirmation of my shipment from English Tea. Bam. Watch out, the UK. Let's see what an American thinks of that tea that Rich swears by. And I'm a huge tea fan. So, hey, Rich. So let's see what happens. So take care, everybody. And I'll see you guys out on the water.